Well, thank you, and I want to thank my colleague, Ms. Brooks from Indiana, for hosting this special orders this evening to talk about this very important topic. And I'm really proud to join all of our colleagues tonight to talk about the effects of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. And I want to focus my comments on the good news coming out of eastern and southeastern Ohio as a result of these historic tax reforms. Just last week, we celebrated the 6-month anniversary of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act being signed into law. In just these few months, we've seen consumer, business, and manufacturing confidence at or near record levels. More money back in the pockets of hardworking Americans, and unemployment rates at some of the lowest levels we've seen in nearly 2 decades. District of Ohio, since the start of 2017, unemployment rates have dropped significantly in each of the 18 counties I represent. Now, we know there's still more work to do, but the trends are moving in a positive direction. Many of our friends on the other side of the aisle said the sky would fall when we passed this landmark legislation, but in fact, the opposite has happened. Just last week, one of my constituents from Marietta, Ohio, stopped by my office to tell me he's receiving an additional $80 each week in his paycheck due to tax reform. That's an additional $320 per month, or $3,840 per year. That's even more than the average of what we thought was going to happen for hardworking families. He said he uses this money to help pay his car payments, and he expressed his gratitude for that extra money he has in his pocket to help him make those payments. I hear these stories every day when I travel my home district in eastern and southeastern Ohio, and I can tell you firsthand, we are still seeing the benefits from the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, and we will for a long time to come. The results are real, and it's encouraging to see what happens when we refuse to accept the previous administration's slow growth economic policies as some kind of new normal. There's no doubt the hardworking men and women of eastern and southeastern Ohio are optimistic about the positive economic growth under our new tax code. But they're not the only ones. This positive outlook is happening all over America. You know, it's about time that Washington creates an environment where our free enterprise market-driven system puts money into the American people's pocket rather than Washington standing there with its hand out, taking money out of their pockets. And that's just what the Tax Cut and Jobs Act did. And with that,